¿Saben quién va a limpiar todo esto? ¿Saben qué va a limpiar todo esto? Todo esto que se cayó, que estaba en la fence, porque yo no puedo. Mira, me quebraron los pots. The flower pot right here. Ahora tengo que descargar mis jalapeños y todo. Look, now come on now. We ain't gonna do this. This fence was all f***ed up. I get it. And y'all are here to replace the fence. I get it. But all that was attached to that fence fell onto my property. So who is responsible for cleaning up all this mess?
I mean, it came from your property either way.
It was attached to that fence.
I would think none of those vines were attached. I mean, I didn't attach.
They weren't attached to nothing.
All of this mess was attached to the fence. Matter of fact, that's the only thing that was holding up the fence was all these ramas.
I had a picture of it yesterday when I came.
The only thing holding up that fence was them ramas, because I was scared to cut them.
Just like that right
Yeah, exactly. I've had pictures and video.
They were hooked on.
Look, I've had pictures and videos of this fence
there.
forever.
On the fence, only this type of plant right here. None of that. This right here is a different type of vine.
No, the vine. That big old rama, that ramota.
See, that bit right there. This was
And that's
here.
what was holding a lot of that fence up.
None of that.
Okay, so who do I talk to about my pots, my jalapenos, my tomato, and having to clean up all this? And I'm not pissed off at y'all. I'm just pissed. Because whoever owns this house has let that fence go for years. Never cared, never cared, never cared.
I'll give you a number to who, but
No, we didn't push nothing.
yeah.
Okay, because I can't fix this. I can't.
If you call them, you let them know. That's more work for me to do, and that's money. But I mean, you would have to call them.
So whoever hired you guys is gonna have to come clean this?
Well, they're gonna have to probably send me or somebody else and send them a quote.
Well, they're gonna have to, cause like no friggin' consideration. I'm telling you, these babosos knew how raggedy that fence was.
Yeah,
They knew.
I came to take a picture yesterday.
They knew how raggedy it was, and y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I've lived here for 20-something years, and that damn fence was barely hanging on in the center, because their dogs kept busting through, whatever. There was a big rama of that plant, not this little vine. I know this vine. This is a pain in the ass to cut. But that rama was holding a big piece of that fence. That was the only thing holding that fence. And I always knew when somebody came to fix it, all that was going to fall onto my property. Okay, fine. Pero a little heads up would have been nice.
Number that you can call.
Okay, then let me get a number, because,
72.
man. Look at this mess, guys. I'm out here pulling a whole damn Karen because these neighbors have decided to hire somebody to fix the fence finally, and everything fell onto my yard. Now, y'all remember that raggedy fence that was here for years and years and years, the one I complained about for years and years? Well, they're finally getting it fixed. But as a result, everything that was holding up that fence fell over here. Fine. Okay, fine. Whatever. I just went a whole Karen on these guys trying to do their friggin' job, because now I have to clear this up. Why am I home, guys? Because my back is jacked up. Okay? Am I supposed to be out here doing this crap? No. But now I'm going to have to do this mess, because the number that I got to call about this mess don't answer, and the voicemail box is full. This is why I hate renters. This is why I hate leasers. People that own their damn homes, okay, fine. But no consideration. Yeah, I'm cussing. I don't give a damn. I just went off on these poor guys trying to do their damn job, and I'm pulling Karen. This is but you know what? At least the fence is going to be gorgeous. At least I don't have to worry about dogs coming in. I got to get to work and try and break this down as much as I can while I can.
there wasn't any on there. Like I got the panels in the front on my trailer. And it didn't matter. So it didn't like none.
I didn't see the tree growing up through the hole.
I think we put one tree or we put some posts.
So when the fence came down, all this other mess on this side came down. So what you're saying is on your side, you did what you did on your side. Y lo demás on this side, pues allá.
No, well, I don't know. Like I said, there was algo que me tuvo una calle, pero no mira nada que estaba tirado. Like, nada estaba like.
Yeah. But y'all are just responsible for taking the stuff on the side y'all are hired on, right?
Yeah.
So basically what happens on this side is this property owner's problem, basically.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. I need some heads up from the homeowner, sea lo que sea, nada. Hey, I'm gonna have my fence done, or your plans, nada. And that's just the way this neighborhood is. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all finish. You guys, I am not so much pissed off at them right now as I am of whoever the hell hired them, whether it's a homeowner or whatever. See, this is what I'm saying. Homeowners would never do that. Homeowners would come to the neighbor and say, I'm going to replace this, I'm going to replace that. If you can move flower pots, if you can move da-da-da-da-da. Homeowners would do that because I, as a homeowner, would absolutely do that. And I've had homeowners come to me to give me the heads up when they're going to do stuff. Leasers, leaser, all these friggin' leasers and renters, the owners don't give two craps other than making the property better so they can rent it. They don't gotta live here, so they don't care if the neighbors are upset. They don't have to live here, so they don't care if they damage you know, relationships. Okay, they don't have to live here. All they're doing is renting and collecting a fat paycheck. That's what ticks me off. So I went off Karen style on those guys, and I had to calm down because I knew the only reason I was pissed off was because my back hurts. The timing of this, I have known for so friggin' long that somebody eventually was going to replace that raggedy fence. But what ticks me off is the timing of it. Y'all know what I'm going through, okay? Just this week, and I hadn't said anything because I'm so disillusioned. I'm so Ugh, really about it. Just this week, my spot, the actual spot that I got the injections in, started hurting again. And all I can attribute it to is having vacuumed the entire house, changing some light bulbs, and going through little dude's closet, tossing out old clothes. That's all I did this week so far, and my back started to hurt. So I'm very disillusioned. I'm very just upset because I'm like, really? Of course I'm feeling fantastic when all I do is sit and lie down, but the minute I get up to do something, it starts to hurt again. So I feel really, really over it. Like, is this just the way it's gonna be? And then on top of that, my tailbone hurting. So whatever, when I get up and I see that mess out there, like I said, I knew it was going to happen. I knew eventually it was going to happen. I knew it was going to be a disaster, but the timing of it is horrible. And then the fact that these kids, and I know they're just out here doing a job, but I need to know, were they responsible for both sides of the fence? He clearly stated that their responsibility is only the debris and growth on the property they're hired to clear. Everything else pretty much falls on the property owner if anything else falls over. He said, yes, I specifically said, are you guys only responsible for what's going on the side you're hired to do, and then the rest, if it falls on the property, is the property owner's problem? Basically, is that what you're saying? He said, yes, ma'am. He said yes. So I need to get some clarification. I need to know, is that true? Because that doesn't sound very professional. Okay, that does not sound very professional at all. If you're going to come out and do a job, you want to do a job satisfactorily to the person who's hiring you, as well as to the community around you. Why are you going to jack up somebody's friggin' property and still claim you're a professional? You know what I mean? I need to get some clarification on that. And then, initially when I was cussing and ranting and raving, I was doing so because he said there was no growth through the fence. No tree was going through the fence. And if you guys have been with me a while, you guys know exactly that there was a wisteria tree growing through that fence. It had pushed through the fence, had warped the fence, had pushed the fence. We had some jasmine vine. The jasmine vine is no big deal, but the wisteria is what caused the damage to that fence. The wisteria climbing through and winding its way through the fences was what was causing the problem. He had the nerve to tell me a couple lies. There was no wisteria going through that fence. Lie. Oh, and if it was, what we cut off of the wisteria was on your property. Of course it was on my property because it grew through the fence over onto my property. But he's trying to say that wisteria was on my property, therefore that wisteria is what damaged the fence. There was no wisteria growing through the fence when I have video evidence, YouTube evidence, picture evidence, city of where I live evidence that I've complained for years about this fence falling in on my property. But whatever, I'm not going to argue with them. I know what I have, and he came out and tried to show me pictures of what the side of their side looked like. He showed me pictures after he cut the debris. I know that wisteria plant was hanging over to their side as well. The picture he showed me was of a clean back fence. Bullcrap, okay? I wasn't born yesterday. You're showing me pictures of what it looked like during the process. You came, you took pictures before, trimmed off some of the wisteria, and started dismantling the fence. You showed me pictures of how clean it was after you had trimmed the wisteria that had overgrown on that side. But anyway, then some of my flower pots are broken. Granted, some of my plants died out there. All of my Z plants are dead. Fried to a crisp. They look like bacon, okay? Fried to an absolute crisp. But I still had my flower pots out there. They dropped fencing and all kind of stuff on it and broke. You know, I put tchotchkes and little doodads in my flower pots. Well, one of them was broken, and one of my Z pots was broken. And I'm like, initially when I went out there ranting and raving, he swore up and down, we didn't break those pots. I'm out there every day, man. I'm out there every day, twice a day, watering my babies. You're gonna sit there and tell me that y'all didn't break the pots? Give me a freaking break. Don't lie, okay? If you're stressed out or like, oh my gosh, we have a Karen on our hands, I get it. I couldn't even believe that I showed my butt like that, you guys. I really couldn't. Well, I can, because I know that's in me. I'm not even gonna act like, oh my goodness, I've never acted a total fool. But that was, I hadn't been that bad in a really, really, really long time. I was just really, really upset. And I knew as I was saying it, it's not their fault. But like I said, they started ticking me off when they started lying about the growth, about the not breaking pots, about how that friggin' plant was on my property. When you start lying to me, I can't even fool with you. I can't. When you start lying to me, trying to be slick, trying to get over, oh, don't try and get over on me. I can't stand that. But anyway, y'all saw me out there trying to clear up some of that stuff, and now my spot, and I'm just gonna call it my spot, with the original pain spot, is hurting. I have the pain down my butt again, and I didn't do much. I just, you know, cut through some of the wisteria to it. Y'all saw what I did. Y'all saw what I did, but it doesn't take much, and that's what is so unsettling and so upsetting and so defeating to me, that it doesn't take much for the pain to come back. And here I'm thinking I'm on the mend. Here I'm thinking that this injection was going to be the cure-all, and it's not. Okay, maybe I need 1 or 2 more. I don't know. I'm not going to give up completely. I'm not going to get totally stressed out about it, but the fact that I even had to be out there to do this crap, and I didn't have to. I could have left it and called the number he gave me, which is the renter or leaser of this property. They have an owner. From what the way guy explained it to me, the owner of the home did not hire them. The person who leases the house, I don't know if it's a third party, I don't know about real estate, they're the ones who hired them. So I called the number just to, you know, in my Karen-esque moment, to find out, are you going to come out here and get somebody to clear up all the mess that your guys you hired did? You know, what do we do? And nobody answered, and the voicemail was not set up. So, okay. So I don't know if he gave me a bogus number or what. But at the end of the day, I ended up getting a business card from them, because I ain't going to lie, I kind of felt a little bad. That I went off on them. But I don't know if it was the heat or the pain or the what. I ended up getting their business card. I'm going to have to watch back the video how I went from Karen to Mel. I don't know. I really don't know. I felt kind of bad for them. They were being very cordial and nice and professional, answering my questions. They could have been a-holes, you know. But I don't know. I just, out of curiosity, like an idiot, I was like, hey, do y'all do insides? Because here, I just got stuff to do inside. But anyway, I just wanted the situation be over with and done, and I am just super stressed. And now I have a pile of yard debris in the yard that my big dude is going to ask me about, and as soon as I tell him I was out there clearing up stuff, he's going to go off. He's not going to be me. And don't worry, don't call APS, Adult Protection Services. He ain't going to do nothing to me. He's just going to be very upset that I was out there doing it. But I couldn't leave it, guys. I could have, like I said, until I got my answers, until I got an idea of who was going to come out here. But no, my jalapenos were under that mess. My tomato was knocked over. My squash, all of my little babies, everything was buried under all that mess. And no, y'all know how much I love my little things. And now the worst part, guys, is it is so friggin' hot that wisteria was shading a lot of my plants. It offered them a beautiful canopy, where I think that's why they were doing so well. And now it's just blazing heat right on them. So I'm gonna have to move them all to the side walkway right here. I had to move the fern yesterday because my fern is burned. The little tips are burned, and I moved her to the side walkway, and I'm probably gonna have to do that too. But I can't do that until big dude goes to work, because he's gonna go off that I'm doing too much. And he's not lying. I am doing too much, and I hate to admit that too much is snipping a few limbs and cutting a few vines and moving a few plants. It is too much, and I hate to admit it, because I thought I was getting better. But I'm gonna go jump in the shower because I feel filthy and disgusting. I was out there playing with my life, guys. It's 110 today. There are wasps all over my backyard. I have a little fountain going, another one of those little Temu solar fountains, and the wasps are attracted to it like nobody's business. And I know a wasp won't attack you unless you would attack it, but I was moving around so much out there. What if it thought I was trying to swat at it or whatever and got stung? Like, I don't need this, okay? I don't need this in my life. But one thing I am grateful for, that I don't have to look at any other raggedy neighbors, that somebody renting that house might be like the last one that lived there, the one who argued with his dog and peed in his backyard. I had to see that. I had to hear that. I mean, I'm still gonna hear it, but at least I don't have to see it. There were so many gaps in the fence. Remember the doggy that I made friends with? No more doggies pushing through the fence. At least it's gonna be fixed, at least. But I'm just so pissed. I'm pissed. I'm gonna play back this footage and see how filthy I sounded. I've never seen myself in Karen mode. I know me in mean mode. I know me in I'll fight a dude mode. I know me in tunnel vision mode, but I've never seen me in that mode, that I can only imagine. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna play it back. See what that was about. But I'm gonna get in the shower and just let today play out the way it's supposed to play out. So hours later, and this is what's broken down and needs to be trashed. This is where all of that growth used to be. And look at this ridiculousness, guys. They didn't even use the right size poles for the fence panels. They didn't even cap them up at the top. I wonder if they're gonna come back and trim and cap, because that's ridiculous. This is why I question how professional they were. This is why I question if their responsibility was to clean up all this mess on my side, and they just shirked it and they were like, no, we're just gonna do the most basic, we're just gonna do the easiest, because this is junk. That is ugly and it's junk. And I hope, see, that one's shorter. I hope they come back and correct this. I mean, the wood doesn't even look treated. So this is gonna swell and crack. Like, who are these folks? This is the original post. Now remember, he tried to say that those wisterias were growing on my property. This is proof that it's not. See, that's the original fence post. And if you come here, there's a fence post, okay? Fence post, do you see this? That's a wisteria. Do you see it's just on the other side of those posts? So it was, like I said, on their property. It was growing on their property. Here's more again. See that fence post right there? And la 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 la. Boop! More wisteria. Right along. I mean, I already knew they were full of crap. But there's my proof that wisteria was growing on their side of the fence and destroyed the original fence. He sat there and tried to say it was on my property. No, it wasn't. It just grew over onto mine. But yeah, again, this is sloppy work and it's lazy work, and that's probably why they didn't think to clear all the growth off of the fence before they tore it down, causing that.